ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। And hand over to Lohit to continue.
Before introducing Sanatan Chaitanya, I would like to tell you a small thing between me and Sanatan. I met him around in 2016 or 2017, I guess. He was in civil dress. We were going to Chinmaya Gardens for a camp, 3-day camp, Vidya Vihar camp. So at that time, I saw him civil dress. At that time, he was with youth around him.
2014, I think. 2014.
2014, 2015. Yes, sir. At that time, we were around him. Youth were around him. Now it is 2025. If you go to CIRS, you can see the same magnetic force. All children, all kids, all youth will be around him. I wonder how this person is managing children around him because we lost the connect between the children, between the youth, even being in Chinmaya Yuva Kendra. But Sanatanana maintains it. I want to crack that code, how his magnetic force is working. So Sanatanana has completed his bachelor's at Loyola College, Chennai, and he joined Sandipani Sadhanayalaya for Vedanta course, and he returned back as Sanatan Chaitanya, as we all know. He is very good designer, as we all know. He's maintaining all of Chinmaya Yuva Kendra social media things, and he has took so many initiatives at CIRS like Crossroads, one of the magazine, and many other things for us youth at CIRS. So Sanatanana, we would like to move forward with your great inspiring stories.
Thank you, Rohit. So Rohit, there is nothing great about guys. Hari Om, everybody. So as he said, there is nothing great about me or anything like that. Connect with youth and connect with people and all that. So everybody will have connect. It's just that we just put in effort in that direction, it will come, right? So in this place, there are only youth around us, and because it's a school, you have people of that age group here, so we are able to connect. Somebody else who's in a center or any other places, we work and there we have whatever people are there, we connect. Finally, this Gurudev's grace and blessings that we are able to connect with people because when we speak Gurudev's language. Gurudev taught us that we speak. Once we speak what he taught us, then we'll be able to connect because the talk is called OG series now. So OG is Gurudev.
OGs, we took
OG
OGs
is,
as the acharyas. OG is like original gangsters or original whatever this Gen Z sees. For us, OG is acharyas. Like our first OG is Sanatan Chaitanya.
Yeah. So OG also means original, no? So the original OG is Gurudev, Swami Chinmaya. No, he did impossible things. One story I will tell you. We'll begin with that only because we should know now what is this OG. This thing. So once what happened was the Pope, the Pope in the Vatican. So Pope was visiting Bharat. So everyone was there, and then Gurudev said everyone was invited. All people of all faiths, they were all invited. We have to go welcome the Pope and all that. So that time when Gurudev said, "Yes, I'm going," everybody said, "No, no, no, we are boycotting that. We are not going," and all that. So a lot of organizations were there. Everybody said, "Don't go." So Gurudev said, "No, no, no, I am going." So only Gurudev went from one Hindu organization which was there. Swami Chinmaya was there. That time Gurudev was very popular. So he went there. And all of them sitting there, all Christian pastors, nuns, everybody is sitting. Huge gathering. And Pope is coming. Gurudev is given his chance to speak. So Gurudev goes up and says, Atiti Devo Bhava. This is our culture. The Pope is our guest. And we welcome you with open arms like we have welcomed everybody. So he starts like that. And then he says, I am very happy to be here today. And everybody's like, why? Like Gurudev says, I keep calling you people to come to my lectures. Who is this? This is all the fathers, nuns, and all those people are sitting. I keep calling you people to come to my lecture. You never come. Now you are all here and you cannot run away. Now I will talk. Look at the confidence. He said, nobody expected this from him. You understand? He went to a gathering where people from other faith is there, and he tells them, I keep calling, but you never come. So now all of you are sitting here, you cannot run away. So I will speak here. And almost 40, 45 minutes, he speaks about Vedanta to all those Christian and pastors, everybody. Yeah. This is the confidence of Swami Chinmayananji. This is the originality with which he came down the Himalayas and he started teaching. So, Lohit mentioned that many people, Pawan mentioned, many people are new and to Chinmaya mission also. It's important we understand that it is that vision which drives all of us. It's Gurudev's vision which drives all of us, and Gurudev's energy, Gurudev's dynamism, and Gurudev's originality. In fact, Gurudev first created a short film to teach Vedanta. Now we are talking about audio visual and all that. Gurudev created first movie. So through movie I will teach. Then of course everyone knows he started teaching in English in the beginning. Apart from that, there are various examples which Gurudev brings in his talks, etc. And all of them are very new, very relatable to youngsters at any age group. So one beautiful thing about Gurudev is he kept reinventing himself. Reinventing means I will see my audience. My audience are like this. So I will change my approach. So I will talk in a different way for that audience. Then I go to another place. The audience age is different. Language is different. People are different. I will again change my approach. So based on the audience, I will speak. But whatever content I'm speaking is the same. Same content, but I will deliver in so many different ways. So that creative energy, that creative power, that was Gurudev's defining point. So if you don't believe me, in YouTube, we have Chinmaya channel. In that we have lot of talks of Gurudev, Gita capsules it is called. In every talk you will find examples are different. In every talk different approach will be there. And Gurudev, the same topic he is talking to youth, same topic to elders, same topic to children, different approach. This is the beauty of Gurudev's thing. And Puja Gurudev's one of very popular works is Self-Unfoldment. Self-Unfoldment is a book which is published by Chinmaya Mission for the sake of youth, youngsters. And Self-Unfoldment has many chapters. There are chapters on happiness, potential, freedom, etc. Okay. So for the sake of this talk, we are going to cover one simple chapter of self-unfoldment. So I'm just sharing a presentation with all of you. So yes. Is the presentation visible to everybody? Just put a thumbs up if it's there. Yeah. Yes. So the presentation is based on the first chapter of Manual of Self-Unfoldment by Puja Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananji. This book is for the sake of youth, how to increase our potential. It means express our potential. So all of us can definitely are capable of doing many things. We are all capable. But somewhere down the line, we do not know what we are capable of. So that is why the name Gurudev has given, you see, self-unfoldment. So self means me. Me. Unfoldment means what happens, you take a piece of paper and you want to make it smaller. So what do? You fold the piece of paper. Then you make it smaller again. You even more fold it. You fold it and you keep on folding the paper. The paper becomes very small, right? So folded paper is very small. Similarly, we have lot of potential. We are all capable of being amazing leaders, great speakers, great people of achievement. But due to a lot of negative tendencies, false values, false values means fear, anger, anxiety, and fear of judgment. What will other people think of me? Am I capable? Doubting myself. These kind of negative tendencies, what has happened is it has folded us. So we have become this small piece of paper, folded and small. We think I am very little. I am not capable of anything. You know. So Gurudev said, no, no. Youth are capable. Youth alone can. So he taught self unfoldment. So we unfold the whole thing so that our actual potential comes out. So this is the text called self unfoldment. The first chapter of self unfoldment is very, very beautiful chapter, which is called freedom. Freedom. And this word is, it's a super hit amongst youth. All of us want that, right from the time teenage, 13 years old. 13 years old, immediately I start talking about freedom. You know where it starts first. First is like I tell my parents, there is no freedom in this house. Where are you going? I'm going to meet my friends. What are you going to do? Give me some freedom. I'm a youngster. Why are you asking all the time what I will do? Let me just go. Allow me to go. Then traveling alone. I want to go to what is that? Some place for vacation with friends. No, no, no. How will you go alone? No, you cannot do. No, but give me some. I am free. I can take care of myself. You don't need to come with me all the time. I want to be free. So this freedom starts when they are in teenage. From teenage to it keeps on going. Everywhere we want to be free, right? And to one point it comes, people say, "Oh, this government is too strict. I want to be free," and they go to protest. Right? Everywhere you will see all these places is freedom word is there. But actually, what is freedom? Do we know what is freedom? Have we understood this word freedom? So, according to Gurudev, what is freedom? So, these are what we are going to learn. So, before we go further, let us think. Okay. Now, I wanted to keep it interactive, but so you will unmute. They'll be able to unmute Lohit.
Yes.
Okay. So, according to you, what is freedom? Each person can say.
But they can
Let us
in
start
chat
with
box
Lohit.
also if they want. The chat box also fine, Mike.
Yeah. Chat box also you can share. If you want, you can share it in the chat box. What is freedom? In your mind, what is freedom? So if you can unmute and speak, it will be good. Or if you can put it in the chat box also, it will be good. Let us see how we define freedom. Otherwise it will just be a talk, no? So let us try to, our own ideas also we can put in so we can get clarity. Yeah, you can, the chat is open. That also you can try. Oh, rights. Arav is saying rights. Freedom means my rights. Very good. Getting my rights. If you agree with Arav, you can put a thumbs up also in the chat box. That you can react to each emojis like with the chat. Yeah. Freedom means rights, no dependency. Being independent. Very good. Kaulini, nice message. Being completely independent is freedom. Very good. Anybody else? Any other point? Somebody is laughing. Very good. The ability to choose what is right and wrong and doing what is the right thing. Very good. The ability to have freedom of choice. Good. Wonderful. So, yeah, being able to do as we wish, as long as it does not affect others and follow some rules. To have self decisions. Freedom makes self decisions. Very good. When I'm able to do things without any restrictions. Nice one. Freedom is to be free. Very good, man. Amazing answer. Freedom is to be free. Then, wait, one more is here. Freedom for me is being able to express myself and not being constrained by walls built within. Yes, Namrita. Being able to express oneself without hurting others. Having courage not to do what one can do. Wonderful.
Sanatan there Shivaji,
Yeah.
our Chikalamuni is a very old Chikalamuni. You are welcoming him also. Thank
Oh,
you, Shivaji, for posting your opinion also.
Hari Om Shivaji, welcome. Right. So many answers are there. So we can dissect a few answers. Okay. So one answer is many likes are there for this answer. Freedom means rights, right? So what are the different rights we want for ourselves? So I want right to. So here somebody is saying independent. So I want the right to be independent. Sometimes I want the right to what people like do whatever I want to do. Somebody said that, no, being able to do as we wish, without any restrictions, express myself without any voice. These are the different things. Some other, I want right of self-expression. Means if I want my opinion to be heard, I don't want anyone to stop me, right? These kind of things are there, rights. But now my question is, do the rights come for free? Do we get these rights for free? Let's think about it. Do we get all these rights for free? Will you have rights to do whatever you want at any point in time? So if you are in a group of people, so yeah, everybody is saying no. So then what is the cost of these rights? What is the cost of these rights? Simple. What is the cost of these rights? Means what should I pay to get these rights? Or what should I do? How should I behave to get these rights? A basic example I will ask you. Does a prisoner have the same rights as a person who's outside prison? A person who's in jail, does the person have same? They don't have the same rights. Why? Why a person in jail does not have the same rights as a person outside? The person outside has goodwill. Very good. Why does the person outside have goodwill and the person inside doesn't have? Why a person outside has goodwill, person inside doesn't have goodwill? Very good. That brings us to the next answer. Ability to make right choice, misuse of freedom, because the person inside has been restricted. But he's been restricted for what purpose? Because he misused his freedom, right? So Rahul's answer is there, misuse of freedom. So when these rights are given, these rights have to be used in a certain way. If people do not succumb to that way of living in the community, they do something which is not accepted, then these rights are taken away from them, right? So rights alone doesn't make you independent, but rights in a society where you practice the values of that society, community, and you live together, that makes you independent, right? So the ability to choose what is right and wrong and doing what is right in that situation, that is what makes us independent, correct? So now non-dependency being independent, that is the next thing. Now, are we all completely non-dependent? Like think about it. The body you have, it is dependent on the food you eat, right? The food you have on your table, it is dependent on the person who's cooking or the farmer who's making it, correct? Right. All the objects you have, it is dependent on other people. If we are in school or college and we are not earning, our education and the funding for it depended on our parents, right? And if we are earning, we are working. That time also we are dependent on the company, the community, the society to ensure I get an opportunity to work and I get the results of that work. System. So this is one. Second thing, I say no. Let's say there is a phone in my hand. Is this phone independent? To make this phone, there are so many people involved. Correct. To create each and every aspect of this phone, there are other people involved. And to help those people, there are other people involved. So nothing in society is truly independent. Everything is connected to one another. Everything is connected to one another. So how do I become independent in such a society where everything is connected to one another? Is a question which we have, right? So the answer to that question is Vedanta gives that answer. Is that understanding my place in society? Understanding my place in society means my dharma in society, my rights and my duties. That makes me independent. So I create a path for myself in the society where I am capable of doing what I want to do without crossing onto anybody else's path. So there are some people have given that answer also. I want to express myself without hurting other people, without stopping other people. These answers are also there. So complete independence means I do right actions which do not cause problems for other people and society. So I live harmoniously. Harmoniously means together. I live as one group, one community. This way, if I'm living a happy life, then I am independent, right? So that is why Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji defines true freedom as the ability to make intellectually right choices. We will analyze this, okay? Now, an animal is there. Can an animal make a choice? Let's say the animal is hungry, and you put some meat in front of the animal. It will go eat. It will have no difference of what is the meat and all that. The same animal, really hungry. In many situations, the animals tend to eat their own kids, own children, babies. So an animal is driven by instinct and emotion. It cannot make choice. If an animal is very hungry, it is angry, it will just react. Right? It is scared. Out of fear, it will react. But a human being has the ability to make choice. We have an intellect. So we have emotions, then we have an intellect. So we are able to make choice. We are saying this is wrong, this is right. So I will do the right thing. So I have the power to make a choice. And that power makes me free. I think Shivaji had put the last chat message about freedom, where Gurudev also says the similar. Gurudev echoes this idea in a similar way. He says, to not do what I feel like doing is freedom. To not do what I feel like doing is freedom. Okay. So let's say I'm sitting here and I have to do some work, some studies or something like that, some college project or something. I'm opening it and keeping it. I start my work. Suddenly that feeling comes, open one more tab. And there one nice song is just released yesterday. The movie trailer is there. Let me just open that. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, what is going to happen? Let me watch. Now what happens? I feel like watching, so I've gone away from whatever I wanted to do. So now what is controlling me? That thought of that movie that is controlling me. I'm not free. You understand? So I was free when I decided I want to study. Then I open everything and keep. Then one thought comes and changes my mind and takes me for a ride. So I watch that trailer, and then YouTube will suggest one more video. This movie also you will like. Then I watch, and suddenly you will find that you've been sitting there for 20 minutes just browsing through trailers and videos and all that. And if you're on Instagram, no, then I don't even need to say. Reels, half an hour, 45 minutes. I came to know there is one boy. He told me maximum 6 hours he was scrolling reels. 6 hours. Imagine 6 hours sitting in one place and scrolling reels. This is the kind of society we are living in. So in this society, how do I be free? I have to understand the power of my mind, power of my intellect, and harness that potential. Harness means make use of that potential. So here, this is Gurudev's words. I'm just reading it and I'll explain it also. Gurudev says, we are under a delusory idea that thought is an idle, impotent happening within ourselves. In fact, thought has godly powers. As each thought sweeps across the mind, its secret potency rises up in front of us like a mysterious genie in Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp. So I will explain this. So you all have this picture is familiar with you. You've seen that Aladdin genie. So you scratch the lamp, genie comes out, right? So Gurudev compares our thought to that genie, right? Our mind now is like the lamp. So, in that mind has the power of the genie, which is thought. So, normally, what we say, now, what we think, we feel that whatever goes on in my mind, nothing will happen because of it. So, big deal. Let us keep whatever thought comes, it doesn't matter. But the thought is very powerful. It ends up manifesting or it ends up creating situations for us in life. So, it is important that we check our thoughts. This is the first stage to understand freedom, right? Because it is that one thought which takes me towards the entertainment. When I'm trying to study, one thought which takes me towards entertainment. Or I'm again, I am spending time with my family. Suddenly the thought comes, oh, what happened? I didn't check up with this friend. We have to make plans for next trip. So immediately I go for a call. I start making things. Or very simple thought is night. I don't know how many people have this habit. Night suddenly they'll wake up. They'll feel hungry. They'll go eat some chocolate or sugar or whatever, anything they have, any sweet item or something they will eat or drink. Thought again. Or sometimes people, they watch these movies and all that. So in the night, because most time we love watching movies in the night. Night shows are the best. But sometimes people binge watch. I don't know if you're aware, but Netflix has these series. There are many what is that episodes are there in Amazon, Netflix, Hotstar, everything. There are many episodes. So people watch one episode, next episode, next episode, next episode, keeps on going, never stop. And one point in time, I lose so much of my time and energy in that. And all because it started with one thought. Thought said, let me do it, and I started doing it, right? So I don't know, maybe you can put it in the chat of different times when thought has led you away. Because of thinking, you have lost, and then what happened, you don't know. Many times when you wanted to do something, but one thought came, and then everything went a different way. Can you type out? If you want to share on like in this thing also it is fine. If you want to unmute and share, also it is fine. Just to make sure that this is relatable to us. Some examples, like basically I want to do something and suddenly some thought comes and I get distracted. And that thought ends up taking over my entire time and everything goes for wasted. Mostly it is while studying it happens. Yeah, which is the example I gave because it is most relatable. But otherwise, other times happens to me during work as well. Correct. And thought is very amazing. Thought is not conditioned by space and time. You can go into any imagination. Best is the Tamil movies and all. I don't Telugu movies also, same thing only. The moment that hero and heroine come together, one song starts. Right? But after song begins, suddenly all that will disappear. They will go to some other Himalayas or some place. They will be running around. All this will happen. Where is all this happening? Thought. After seeing that, our people also got that. So whenever they have some thought, immediately they'll close their eyes, imagination, it goes. This is common during listening to class. Kaulini, I hope it is not happening now. Right. Mainly in the classroom while faculty teaching. You go for shopping for some different thing and end up buying something else. This happens. Many people do this. They randomly buy things which they don't need. Kaulini, thank you very much. I was joking. Yeah, she's replied no. Right? The best example is this movies only. Hollywood movies, not Hollywood movies, Bollywood movies, Tamil movies and all. The moment that the song starts, they will go into some other world. That suddenly everything will change. Geography will change, time will change. From night time, it will become morning. No idea. Then they will fully this thing and then they'll come back to normal. You understand? Like this, so many times our mind also zones out. Happens when you are doing something you don't like and get distracted. Very good, Arav. Nice. Sometimes I search for some small thing on Google and end up digging. Correct. This is also true. And sometimes we end up reading random news articles. Okay. Watching movie, then going to sequel, and then it's already the next day. Right. So you see now after all this typing of chat, you understood how important that thought is. Okay. And you know what? Unfortunately, what we do? Sad indeed is the plight of this godly agent, the presiding deity of the human mind. Pavam the genie. Look at the picture. Very sad. Because our mind is also like that. Very sad state of affairs for us. Because our mind has so much power, but we don't use it. You see? And it is not like there is no example of people using it. You see all great scientists, great achievers, great thinkers, great businessmen. All of them, what did their entire thing is power of their mind only. From mind only, they made themselves into great people. Not nothing else. Mind and willpower. The thought only made them great. See, Gurudev's quotes. Yes, Namrata, your hands are raised.
Yeah, just had
Yes, Namrata, you're not audible.
now.
Yeah. Yes. Now you're
Yeah.
audible.
So what exactly happens with me is I get a thought, I act on that thought on impulse, right? But then
Hmm.
I also, it tends to happen with me telling that I blame it on my profession because my field is like that. I will have to, scroll through reels, stay on top of what is going on. But then again, it's a recurring pattern, and then I don't see the end of it. So,
Hmm.
how do we sort of stop playing the blame game here?
Yeah. Okay, I will answer that question just in a little while. Just little bit, I will just go to the next slide. So these codes now, we will come back to these codes again because right now we will go to the simple idea. One exercise I'll give you, and then we'll come back to the codes. Okay. Yeah. You can answer in the chat. It's a question for all of you. Namrata, your question also, I'll answer immediately after this. X was really poor as a child, so he and his family lived in a tin roof home that overlooked the ocean. His life was harsh. X's father often drank too much, which led him to die from kidney problems in 2005. X's mother worked as a cook and a cleaning person to keep her children alive and fed. Who is X? So if everyone is unable to answer, I will give one clue also. Okay, but until then you can try. Who is X? X is an example of thought power. So I have three clues. So one clue I will give you. First clue I'm putting in the chat. Okay. First clue I'm putting in the chat because nobody has replied. So clue number one to find X. 1 second. Yeah. Yes. Clue number one I put. Huh. The question is projected, Veera. X was really poor as a child. Guys, the question is projected. X was really poor as a child. So he and his family lived in a tin roofed home that overlooked the ocean. Means their house was looking the ocean, near the ocean. His life was harsh. He had a very difficult life. X's father often drank too much, which led him to die from kidney problems in 2005. X's mother worked as a cook and a cleaning person to keep her children alive and fed. Okay, so first clue is sports. No, not Dwayne Johnson. So X is from a different country. He's not from India. This clue. One more question I have from India. So this is not from India. This person is not from India. No. Shivaji, this is a person. It is a sports person. Somebody has mentioned. Yeah, Vaishnavi, very good, nice guess. So Vaishnavi got it right. It is actually Cristiano Ronaldo, the football player. So this is this person. That's why I gave you sports. My next clue was going to be football, and third clue was number, 7, CR7. But then, yeah, you found out. Okay. Now you see, his life was not very peaceful and all that. It's very harsh life, and he didn't have everything handed to him in his plate. And he slowly became better and better and better, and then he became very famous. But right? Now he's world number one, right? But before that, before that, he attained that, he was still famous only. He could have got distracted by many things, fame, money. So much money is there in those fields, like cricket, football, and all. Lot of money is involved. He could have got distracted. He could have got into habits. But one thing he was clear is his goal, which is football. My goal is clear, and everything else is the means only. You understand? So that thought was completely oriented towards one goal, which is becoming the best football player there is. And keeping that goal in mind, he kept on moving forward in this. There is one more question. This is about why. Okay. So, why was born to a modest family in Gujarat, uh, with his father being a school teacher and mother a homemaker. Why experienced intense financial constraints during his education phase. Unable to handle further education and troubled by unemployment, why took up a job as a clerk in an oil company. Who is why? So why is Indian? Oh, wait, there are three messages there. Wonderful. Dhirubhai Ambani, everybody got it right. So yeah, I think that was pretty easy. So this was Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani. So he was the clerk in an oil company. Then he was serving some eateries in a bus stand at one point. Then he worked in a petrol bunk as a petrol guy, and then he started his business to telephones and mobile phones, and he built his business. But if you go into Ambani's life, if you find when he got a luxury car, when he got a luxury car, it was far later in his life. After his factory was established, his company was stable, then only he started investing in luxury vehicles, cars, and all that. Until then, he lived a simple life, right? So, why I gave these two examples is show the power of thought. See, your thought, it can give you whatever you want. That is its power. It can give you negative and it can give you positive, right? So, there you see. Desire is an expression of the finite ego, and what is that thought? Later I have this thing. So basically, the thought can give you negative and positive. So if you have a goal in your mind, if you have a goal in your mind, and that is your only goal, and all your thoughts are oriented towards that, and you are not distracted by any desires in between, then you will be able to achieve that goal, right? But there will be a lot of opportunity for desires. So that is why Gurudev says the desirer of desires can never be at peace. Means what? First, let's say in your mind, you say, I want to have a chocolate. So you go buy the chocolate, have a bite. The moment that first bite is over, as your desire ended, no, I want to take the second bite. Then you take the second bite. Then slowly you take many bites and chocolate is over. But as the desire ended, no. Now what happens? Ayyo, chocolate is over. Poet say it is gone. Okay. Now, if I have money, I will buy one more chocolate. If I do not have money, then I will try to somehow get money so I can buy one more chocolate. So now what has happened? Desire has become strong. So now, okay, tomorrow let us see. Then tomorrow, day after, 3 days later, somehow I will end up buying a chocolate. So now the desire for chocolate has taken over my mind. For 3 days, it is coming with me. And after I eat the second one, is it fulfilled? No. Again, it is going on and on and on. So, is there any desire which you have completely fulfilled in your life? Bhaiya, I have finished, fulfilled the desire for toys. In my childhood, I wanted lot of toys. Now I have grown up. I don't want toys. You want bigger toys. Childhood, you wanted remote control car. Now you want real car. It has just changed from one to small. Because childhood, you can drive a real car. So you want remote control car. Now you want real car. And nowadays, people are becoming older and their desire for remote control car is coming again. So they want a Tesla. It is automatic car. So I will sit in the back, it will drive. Same thing. So desire is never ended. So the desirer of desires can never be at peace. You see, then next one, Gurudev says, desires are never quenched by enjoyment. It rather inflames them, as clarified butter does fire. Means you light one fire. Yeah, if you have attended one havan and all that, that Purohit is sitting there, no? They will take ghee and they will pour in the fire. The more ghee they pour, the bigger the fire will be. Same way, when you have some desire to do something and you end up doing it, you will want more and more of this. So that is why it is important that we use our desire to focus on some greater goal, right? So because if we try to fulfill every desire that comes to us, then we will be unhappy. So there was this guy in in Mumbai, and he was very well-to-do guy. He had a big house and a Lamborghini car was there. So he went to the Swamiji, and Swamiji went to the car. Lamborghini is a very nice car, very costly also, right? Foreign registration. Everybody, we all want all those things. So he had everything. Then he went to the Swamiji and said, Swamiji, aap please pagla kijiye, pagla. In Hindi, is pagla kijiye. Like Swamiji was like, what are you talking about? Pagla means mental. You know, whole world is mental. You are saying I'm also mental. Then Swamiji, he said, no, Swamiji, it is Gujarati. Gujarati means pagla means keep your feet in my car and bless my car. Keep your feet in my car and bless my car, he said. Pagla kijiye. So Swamiji came and sat in the car. He went on a drive around Mumbai. Okay, then he went near his house and stopped the car. As the people outside on the road, they were all looking at the Swamiji. And ye kya Swami hai? What kind of Swami he is? Look at this, he is going in Lamborghini car. Like this, they were judging the Swamiji. Okay, Swamiji had no idea. But everybody is looking, no signal, car is standing. They're seeing one Swami sitting inside. They're like, what is this? Like this, they were judging. Car went after the signal, went to the house. Outside, he stopped. The moment the car stopped, the Swamiji was going to get down. He said, Swamiji, wait. And this guy started crying, broke down completely. The Swamiji is like, why? Kya? What happened? Nice car ride we had. And then everybody was judging me only. Why are you crying? You know, Swamiji was asking. That man is telling, Swamiji, my wife left. My wife does not want to live with me. And she has taken my son and gone. I don't have anybody in that house. I am completely depressed. I want to do something with I want to just take my life. I don't want to live. I'm not happy. That guy has a big house. He has a car, everything. But emotionally, he is not happy. Physically, he is happy. Emotionally, he is not happy. You understand? So this is the state of the world. Every desire we fulfill, but if our mind is not clear, if we are not making right decisions, then we are not happy. So what we need to do, what is my priority? So during student life, education is priority. After student life, gaining wealth, earning, business, etc. is priority. So I have to give more thought space. My mind, my thoughts should go more towards what is my priority. And the rest of the things I should not keep. I should moderate them. You understood what I'm saying? So when I keep my thoughts rooted in my goal, which is my priority, then my life will be happy. Because I cannot fulfill every desire. Some desires I can fulfill, but every desire I cannot fulfill. So we cannot go without thought. We have to be with thought only. And the thought can make infinite things happen. Very, very powerful. Thought is very powerful. But that powerful thought should be channelized in the right direction. One simple example I will give and conclude. The example is of a eyeglass. You know, eyeglass, the lens which you use to zoom in if you can't read something. No, you put a lens and see. You take that lens and put it in front of the sunlight. All the rays of the sunlight comes into that lens, and it focuses on one single point. And what happens? That point of light can burn you also, can burn the leaf also, or paper. Anything you show, it will start burning. Right? Now, before you bought the magnifying glass or the lens there, sunlight was still there. Sunlight had the ability to burn. But why was it not burning anybody? Because it was not focused. Same way, our thought can do magnificent things, but it should be focused on a single goal. And that goal should be dharmic, without hurting anybody, without stopping anybody. We focus our thoughts, then we can do great, amazing things. This is the power of youth. We have the ability, we have the potential, everything we have, but focus. So keep a goal, great goal for myself. And that goal I keep focusing. And towards that goal, I keep working. So when I work like that, then all my ability and talent will come out. And that goal should be something very great. It can be service to the country, service to people, even service to family is an amazing goal. I have to serve my family. So I'll be strong. So this person now who wants to serve their family, they will not get addicted to drugs or distracted by things and all that. Because they understand my family is looking out for me. They're waiting for me to do the right thing. So take up some goal which is larger than yourself. So entertainment, filling desire, that only cannot be the goal. Something higher should be there. Okay. In this way, many people in our culture have taken up such great goals. And that is why we were able to contribute so much for the greatness of Bharat, right? So very simple only. So I did not cover an elaborate concept. I covered a very simple concept, right? But why I covered this concept is because this is true freedom. True freedom is you have a choice. You have a choice to have a greater goal in life. But most often we don't use that choice. Our goal is always individual. My happiness, my well-being, my achievement, that is the most important for me. But if you have your, let's say, family's well-being as your goal, will you not earn money? Will you not become wealthy? It will still happen. No. Why? Because for the family, you have to do. If you have your nation as your goal, I want to serve the nation. Will you be physically strong? Yes. Mentally strong? Definitely. You cannot not do it. You will still grow. Personal growth will be there, but for the nation. Right? So what will happen is distractions will not come because I am doing something very important. If one very important guest is coming to your house, will you sit and simply watch TV the whole night? No, you will clean your house, you will set up everything. Why? Because my mind says that, oh, important thing is there. That is what. So if I have something great to contribute to the world, then I will not hesitate. And Indian history is made up of people who have contributed such great things to the world. So I would like to share one video with you about Bharat, how much Bharat has contributed to the world, right? And all these people in that video, all of them are people who have contributed great things. But are we valuing them now? So this is the video. It is different topic altogether. So let me just go to that video. One second. Yeah. So this is the anchor is Palki Sharma Upadhyay. She was now in first post. She was in Beyond before. It is a very powerful video, which is very important for all of us, youngsters from Bharat.
Palki Sharma Upadhyay, the year is 2022 and India is celebrating 75 years of independence. 75 years ago, the British left India and we became free. Or did we? Would you say we are still colonized in our minds? Would you say our decision making is 100% free of biases and inferiority complex even? Would you say our choices are still very British or Western? When the British colonized India, they were desperate to legitimize their rule. So they came up with the theory of the white man's burden. They built smokes and mirrors around civilizing India, painted themselves as a superior race. The British were superior, we Indians inferior. Thomas Babington, or Lord Macaulay as you would know him today, brought English education to India. His purpose was to hammer in the inferiority complex. They introduced an education system that hailed the British as superior in science, arts, even morals. On the 2nd of February 1835, Macaulay circulated his Minute on Education. He declared, a single shelf of a good European library was worth the whole native literature of India and Arabia. Quick fact check. The Mahabharata is lengthier than Homer's Iliad and Odyssey combined. The Mahabharata has more than 200,000 lines. Iliad and Odyssey have 30,000 lines each. The Ramayana too is 3 times as large as Iliad.
One second. Yes, one second.
Have 30,000 lines each. The Ramayana too is 3 times as large as Iliad. Anyhow, Macaulay did not hesitate in telling lies or spelling out his design. He said British education was meant to create a class of persons Indian in blood and colour, but English in taste, in opinions, in morals and in intellect. The idea was to make the West aspirational. Do you think Macaulay was successful? I think he was. We're speaking in their language after all. Look around you. Many educated Indians today are very English in their taste. Some have become indifferent to their own culture. Do you remember when Coldplay performed in India? That concert was sold out. Do you remember when Justin Bieber played in India? Newspapers said the madness was unprecedented. But year after year, Indian classical singers performed to empty halls. Indian classical dancers get no audience. Kathak veteran Shobna Narayan once said that the Indian audience seems to have a closed mind to Kathak. But salsa or flamenco, those we would love to pick up. Because these dances are seen as aspirational. And nothing wrong in learning another dance form, it only enriches you, but not at the cost of denigrating your own. Do you know Kathak was first recorded in the 4th century BC? I don't know any Western dance form that goes back so far or has evolved as much. You know what else is aspirational? The Louvre in Paris. One photo of it on our Instagram and we have arrived. But India's National Gallery of Modern Art, which has one of the richest collections of contemporary arts, gets just 30,000 visitors a year. The Louvre in Paris gets 2.5 million visitors every year. The Tate in London has an annual footfall of 4 million. What explains this gap? Is it India's disinterest in everything Indian or the obsession with everything Western? Do we still blame Macaulay for this? Or our failure to invest in our culture? The reasons are multiple and the result is clear. Today an Indian dreams of becoming Western, aping the West, or living the Western lifestyle. For an Indian, the West has become synonymous with advancement and modern living. But these are two different things, Western and modern. If only we could cure this 75-year-old colonial hangover, if only we could look through what Macaulay wanted us to learn, if only we could reconnect with our heritage, we would realize that it's us, the Indians, who have always been ahead of our times. Ancient India was aspirational, ancient India was advanced. Meet Bodhayana. He lived in 800 BC. He calculated what the world knows today as the Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras lived in 570 BC in Greece. Most likely he picked the theorem from the Hindu sages he studied under. Have you heard of the Fibonacci number sequence? This is how it looks. Every number is the sum of the 2 preceding numbers. The world credits Italian mathematician Fibonacci for the sequence. But an Indian sage named Hemchandra wrote it long before Fibonacci. And Hemchandra was not the first, by the way. An Indian mathematician named Gopala studied these numbers long before Hemchandra or Fibonacci. Eurocentric textbooks will not tell you this. Macaulay would never want you to know this. An Indian invented zero, an Indian taught the world how to calculate the value of pi, an Indian invented the decimal system or the binary digits, or the heliocentric theory about the solar system. It was Aryabhat who first proposed that the earth is round, it rotates on its axis and revolves around the sun. Today we learn about Copernicus. We wear t-shirts and sweatshirts of NASA. But 1,000 years before Copernicus, Aryabhat determined the diameter of the earth. He also determined the diameter of the moon. The culture of science in India dates back 5,000 years. Did you know the modern English brick bonding was inspired by Indus cities? Today we look westward at the very mention of plastic surgery, but it was India that taught plastic surgery to the world. Meet Sushruth. He was an ancient Indian physician. He lived around 800 BC in the kingdom of Kashi. So Shrut Samhita is the earliest known document to give a detailed account of rhinoplasty. It also describes more than 300 different operations, some 121 surgical instruments. A lot of them are very similar to modern-day surgical tools. So Shrut would use herbs before an operation to prevent sepsis. He would also carry out cataract removal. This was in 800 BCE. Today we have lost out on this rich legacy because of our indifference to Indian heritage. And the West time and again played it to its advantage. In the early 1990s, two American researchers staked a claim to the US Patent and Trademark Office. They said they discovered the healing properties of turmeric or haldi. These researchers were given the patent in 1995. Now here's what's funny. Indian households have been using turmeric paste on wounds for ages, but somehow we never filed a patent. Around the same time, a US company applied for another patent. This was about using neem as a pesticide, again something Indian farmers have known for ages. This patent too was granted. Do you think there is a lesson in all of these stories? I would say there is. The world we live in will always have false claims. History will always be Eurocentric. There will always be sharks stealing ideas and innovations. But if we don't reconnect with our rich heritage, we would continue to be fooled by Macaulay and company.
Yeah. So that was a short this thing. If you're wondering why I showed that video, very, very simple. The concept we learned here today, no, about keeping a very high goal. One second. Keeping a very high goal and achieving great heights, right? Our entire nation, which is right now 10,000-year-old civilization, everyone has been like that. We have kept very high goals, very high things which they were never able to do, and they were, people thought they were never able to do, and then they achieved it, and they showed the world that it is possible. So we were aspirational people. We were great people. So when we say that I am Indian, that means that I make the right choices. That means that I do great things. That is the legacy. That is the heritage which is given to me. Heritage means what? Inheritance. In Tamil, there is what? Sottu. In Tamil, they say Sottu, they say. Sottu means it is given to me by my ancestors. So I have got heritage. I have got it from my grandfather, great-grandfather, etc. And it is my job to express my potential, do great things, and take Bharat forward. Right? So that is one of the reasons why we should actually focus on channelizing our thoughts, using the power of our mind to achieve individual transformation and transformation of this entire world. I think I took a lot more time than I thought I will take for speaking. But if you have any questions, I will wait. We will, just take some questions also. In between, of course, there were 1-2 questions was there. Namrata, I don't know if your question was answered satisfactorily throughout. I think, yeah.
It is, Bhaiya.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any other questions?
You can unmute or raise your hand, please, if you have any doubts, any query to ask.
I'm happy if you don't have any questions, because that means that it's very clear. Things are very clear. I try to clarify as much as possible. So, yeah.
Okay. Anyone else, please use this opportunity. We don't get many times to meet people like Sanatan ji. Use this opportunity to ask any doubt or anything you want to know.
We got a question in message.
Is there in chat
Yes,
box.
message. How can I keep myself away from distracting thoughts? Yeah. So I will answer first one. How can I keep myself away from distracting thoughts? See, it is impossible for my mind to not have distracting thoughts, because I see happiness in many different things, not only in one thing. Okay. But one question is, when some very great force is forcing you to do something, and you are under that pull of that force, then will you be distracted doing anything else? Like I gave you the example of some big guest is coming to your house the next day, and everyone has to work for it. right? Will you be distracted at that time, do something else? No, because your mind is saying, no, no time for this. You only will say, you only will tell yourself that I have no time to work for it. So, always connecting to a place or a person or a group of people who can bring, put that kind of force on you to a certain period of time, right? So submitting to that kind of a force means in spiritual this thing we call it surrender. So surrender to God, surrender to Guru, like this we say. But many people don't understand. They feel surrender means ye kya, what is this surrender and all. Surrender is actually this only. I submit to that force so that my mind is stationed there. It is forcefully kept there. It won't go away. So surrender to Guru and take up some great goal. And keep yourself always busy. Don't give yourself time to relax. So I work in a school, right? So every year I get 2 months of vacation time, right? Vacation time I try to do more work than I do during the school, right? Because you keep yourself busy, no, then your distraction won't happen. The problem is we have free time, then only we are distracted. Think about it. When we are working, the office, when we have deadline, then we are not distracted because we know boss is breathing down our neck. When we relax a little bit and just okay, I want to chill, that time I'm getting distracted. So if you want to relax, you want to have fun, enjoy, watch a movie or something, you give yourself that time. That time is my movie time. But after that, don't relax. Keep yourself busy. And deadlines are very important. Keep yourself constant deadline should be there. So your mind is constantly pushed. Oh, I have to give this. I have to give this. I have to give this. Like this, you keep on working. Then what will happen? That will become a habit, right? So that what happens? Thought. Then the thought manifests into words or actions. That actions create an habit. That habit creates your character. The character shapes your destiny. So for us to come to that character level, we need to do thought and action. We have to constantly do. Then only habit will be created. So, for example, getting up early in the morning. Don't touch the snooze button. Snooze button is our greatest enemy. See, I think Navneet is opening the camera and smiling. The snooze button is our greatest enemy. No, so Rahul has asked about distracting thoughts. So I have decided I want to get up in the morning. If I have decided that, that means let me sleep for 5 minutes. It's a distracting thought because I have already decided to get up, right? So don't do any action to encourage that thought. Thought comes, let it come and go away. I will not force my hand to go touch it. Let's say while you are working, you want to watch a movie. Don't go with your hands in work. Thought level, let it go. Force yourself not to do it. Slowly, as you force yourself, what will happen? The distractions will go away. You will develop a habit of not being distracted. Because seriously, it is impossible for us to immediately gain everything. It is like telling a guy who has been practicing basketball for 12 years in his life, say that you have to go and win a cricket match. It is not possible. I have practiced being distracted for so long. So now I should practice not being distracted. Through practice, you will get habit. Okay, is it clear the question? The key lies in willpower, practice, a greater goal. These are the three things. You put it together, it will work. But willpower and practice is fundamental. Without practice, it will not work. Everything is like that in the world. Sangeet, thanks for the thought-provoking sessions on the thought. Thank you so much. Wanting to achieve in a profession is also a desire. Yes, it is a desire. It is a higher desire. So that is the correct desire only to have. So wanting to achieve is basically you have a desire to express your potential, express your talents and skills, right? So that is a greater desire. And as you go further, that achievement also can be helping the world in some way, doing some selfless action. That becomes part of your achievement. But wanting to achieve in a profession so that I will get promotion, so I can get more money, so I can enjoy, that is a selfish desire. You understand? Achievement alone, if it's a desire, I want to express myself. I am talented. I want to prove myself. I want to take a greater goal for myself. That is an amazing desire. So desire only leads to good and bad action. It is our what is that choice whether we use the good desires or bad desire. The guy who is going to smoke, he is also having desire only to smoke. It that is also desire. The guy who wants to drink also has desire. Everything is desire. And guy who wants to do something good to serve society, to go and feed the poor people, that also is desire. Everything is desire. It is our ability what we choose, right or wrong. So I hope the session was informative and you all enjoyed it.
Yes,
Thank
Sanatan,
you very much for this
wonderful
opportunity.
session we had today. I would like to convey my sincere thanks to you for sharing your
Thank you.
profound wisdom on unlocking our potential, and your explanation of thought power and its impact on our daily life and success is truly enlightening. And also that video on our Indian culture and all, it's a very wonderful video we had. One thought I would like to bring on this point of time. Swami Vivekananda said, every day spend some time alone. Otherwise, you will lose the opportunity of meeting the most important person. Who is the most important person? Yourself. So you all came here to meet yourself. So Chinmaya Yuva Kendra is to meet yourself, the most important person in the world, you. So I sincerely thank all the participants who actively attended this meeting and engaged the session on Sunday, choosing personal growth over entertainment. You could have go outside and do something, have entertainment something, but you all came here. We are very much thankful to you. And also, I sincerely thank our Chinmaya Yuva Kendra, Adoni, Yuva Kendra members. They are wonderfully organized this session, especially our Lohit and our Achyutar Viraj Nelu Swati, all are here. I sincerely convey my thanks to them. And Gurudev blessings that you will do more seva and that knowledge will be shared to everyone. Thank you and all. And a kind request to all of you, please, if you can turn on your videos, we'll just take a screenshot and we can share. Just one moment. Please turn on all of your videos. Why you should be ashamed? You go to movie and you post photograph in the social media. This is much better than that, right? Yes, please enable all your videos. We'll take a screenshot. Everyone, please, just one moment only. Manishandana, Uday, Harsini, Vishnupriya, Namrata, all, just for one moment. Those who have not yet done, please do it. Not yet done, all of you, waiting. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you, Sanatanji, and you had wonderful
Thank
session.
you.
And your
Yes.
time. And
Yes.
your time.
One request, everyone please follow Chick India on Instagram. That is our All India Chinmaya Yuva Kendra's Instagram handle. And we have a lot of content. DIY 50 is a program which Yuva Kendra is doing for the youth. So there is a lot of content which is coming on Instagram for that. So please take a look and inspire yourself. Keep on inspiring yourself.
One last thing, Lohit, please, over to Lohit.
So our next speaker will be Vignesh Chaitanya. He's from Kanyakumari district. So his topic will be Operation Success. So next week we'll be having around 6 to 7 p.m. The posters will come up today. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks all. Thank you, Sanatan. It was really great. Nice session.
Thank you very much.
We'll conclude with prayer. Anything, Sanatanji? Conclude prayer?
That's it. You can.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you all.
Thank you.